Happy Tamagotchi Plaza release day. This is a continuation of the Tamagotchi Connection Corner Shop DS series. You begin on Earth, or really in outer space looking at Earth, and all of a sudden are scooped up by a spaceship flying by. The person on the ship explains that he's a prince from Tamagotchi Planet, and you're being taken to his planet for a reason you'll find out later. Then we land on Tamagotchi Planet and get an escort to what will become our office. The king arrives with an announcement that the Tamagotchi Fest is going to happen, so you are tasked with improving all of the shops in the city so that the city can be selected as the location of the festival. But first you have to select who the vice chair of the committee will be. This can be changed later, and there is no material impact to the selection. It just changes which shop you start out in. So pick whoever you want. I picked, I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce Mechi, because its voice is adorable to me. Like, that is so unbelievably cute to me. I don't know why. I can't explain it. I love it. That's the basic intro. Before I get into shop guides, I'm going to show you a couple of other guides in between. First is the phone. Press X on your right Joy-Con to bring up the phone, and once you're in it, there'll be a bunch of different options. The first one, and you'll get notifications from this all the time, is the Tama social network. Basically looks like an official city account that's free posting the thought of every person involved. Besides doing a lot of plot explaining, there'll also be updates when you update parts of your park and shops. Next is your contact list. This keeps track of everyone you've interacted with, and as you have more quests or lore moments with them, it unlocks different contact photos. So for example, because I'm at the very beginning, all of the current additional photos for each of these Tamagotchi are them in their shop uniforms, because these are going to be the people running the shops. Each time you interact with a new Tamagotchi around your city or in the shops, they'll be added to your contact list. Anytime you see a dialogue box while you're walking around that has the A button in it, this will be some sort of interaction or quest that will give you an updated contact photo at the end. There isn't really raising in this game, but you can play little mini games with the other Tamagotchi, and in all of these interactions, whenever a Tamagotchi walks away from you, it shows a little preview of where they went. Back to the phone guide. Next is a photos app. This comes preloaded with a couple of photos around town. The map is a map. It shows you around city where the shops are in the different quadrants of the plaza. You can see which upgrade level each place is at based on the star ranking. The Remodeling app will let you redesign your office and the king's statue as you unlock more items throughout the game. There is a redemption code available right now to redeem for a new song for your committee office. I'll share that in just a minute in the codes app section. The codes app is where you'll go to redeem this code for the new song for your office. It is case specific, so you have to be careful. The code is capital S like Sam, the number 2, lowercase r like Romeo, the number 7, lowercase t like Tom, and lowercase m like Mario. After redemption, if you go back to the Remodeling app and choose the song option, you'll be able to switch to the redeemed song. The other code app option is connecting your Tamagotchi uni. I don't have one, but I have heard that it's very fun so far to connect yours. The profile app shows you your name, birthday, and a theme. This is the theme for your phone and, for example, like this, any screens. The settings app lets you adjust the settings for your camera and audio throughout the game. That is everything on the phone, so I'm going to go over the progress tracker. If you go back to your house, you'll be able to check the whiteboard for the current status of your to-do items. You have to select the right side of the whiteboard to see the list. The first item on your to-do list is to develop the town square. Each quadrant of the park has 4 upgrade levels. As you scroll through, you'll be able to see if it's developable or not and how much it would be. This is where you'll go to upgrade the town square each time. The progress tracker to measure how far along you are in festival upgrades comes in the form of Picochutchi, and I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing these. I did not grow up playing Tamagotchi, I wasn't allowed to as a kid. So anyway, Picochutchi tracks how far along you are and gives you your progress reports throughout the game as you go back to visit. There's an Isabelle from Animal Crossing type of guide in that it tells you which shop it thinks needs the most attention at the moment. The game also recognizes seasons. There was snow around my park, which I was confused by, and I had this commentary about there being snow outside, because right now it's June, I'm in the northern hemisphere, so it's summer for me, but then I remembered I have my Switch set for December for my Animal Crossing island, so this does recognize the seasons and decorates for them. I started off in the eyewear shop because of who I chose as my vice chair. None of the mini games for these shops come with a tutorial, but luckily they're mostly intuitive. The eyeglass shop minigame is incredibly satisfying to me. A Tamagotchi will come into your store in need of a set of glasses. First, you'll administer a vision test. Tap across the board to measure the Tamagotchi's vision level. If they get a little squiggly line, that's not the row that you want to be in. If they get sparkles and a little happy noise, that's the row you want to be in, and you'll keep testing the different items on that row until the Tamagotchi shows hearts around their head. At this point, you'll select the frames and lenses for the Tamagotchi. For the first level of the store, you have some pretty basic options, and then it's time to grind the lenses. Use the control stick on your left Joy-Con to move the lens. It took me a minute to figure that out. You can use the L and R buttons to rotate it, and I don't know why, it's really relaxing. Then press X to finish. You'll get a ranking, then they'll pay you. Now, this is what the square lenses look like on this first level, and I'm going to make videos explaining the complete guides for each level of each of the shops, but for now this is just to cover your intro. So these square lenses are also very satisfying to cut. They're a little bit trickier, and as the levels go on, there'll be more and more tricky shapes. If it's a thin sliver of glass, it won't make the grinding noise, so be careful that you're not accidentally cutting off too much by it just being a very, very slender cut. The Galette shop is a little more complicated than the glasses shop. When customers come in, they order a galette they'd like. The first level of the shop is limited to a few different types with no toppings, and similar to the eyeglasses shop, the orders will become more complex as the shop is upgraded. I'll create a galette shop guide to go over each level. The customer will give you their order, and it starts with you selecting the type of wrap needed as the base. To mix the batter, use the control stick on the left Joy-Con in circles. Then you pour it onto the crepe pan to cook it. When you pour the batter, hold down the A button until it's done, because if you release A early, you won't have enough batter cooked and can get a lower score. You'll use the control stick on the left Joy-Con in circles again to smooth out the batter for cooking. Then you'll select what type of fold to give the galette and the filling items. So you have to match the picture in the top left corner of the screen. Press Y once you've selected to fold the galette and move it to the final stage, plating. Here you'll match any toppings that belong on the galette that the Tamagotchi ordered. For the first level of the shop, no customers will ask for toppings. Press the X button to finish plating and give the meal to the customer. They'll then pay and walk away. The rap battle shop is low-key unhinged in a weirdly adorable way. The $40 plus tax to buy Tamagotchi Plaza was worth it just for these bike rhymes. Again, there's no tutorial here, so you're told to come up with a strategy without knowing what is actually about to happen. There are 3 judges who will decide who wins the rap battle. You can choose between a single player or multiple player mode, so you are able to play this minigame with friends if you're together. This is actually a rhythm game, which I was not expecting, and I haven't played one since at least 2010, but it's really fun. The buttons are simple for the first level of the shop, and the songs get more complex each time you upgrade, but the rhymes are so adorable. At the end, the judges pick who won the round, and the Tamagotchi who came to watch you will pay and leave. The gym is adorable but tricky. If you do the exercises too quickly or slowly, you'll lose points. A Tamagotchi will come in and say that they want to work on a specific exercise. You'll show them which exercise it is based on some cardboard cutouts, and then it'll start. Press the buttons highlighted, L and R, but as the shop upgrades, it'll get a little more complex. And then as you're pressing those buttons, you have to read their statements about if they're going too slow or fast, so you'll know if you should speed up or down. When you do it correctly, the Tamagotchi will see the results at the end of the workout, pay, and then leave. Oh yeah, by the way, you can jump in this game. While you're walking around, press B. It doesn't seem to speed up travel, but it is very cute. The dentist shop is a little more complicated and also has no tutorial. Tamagotchi will come into your shop in need of dental work. This is another minigame that lets you play either by yourself or with another person. When the Tamagotchi is showing you their teeth, there are a lot of options that aren't explained. For the shop's first level, the options are pretty simple. First is toothpaste, which requires you to match the color of the splotch on the tooth. Use the control stick on the left Joy-Con to wipe the toothbrush. When there's an X on a tooth, use the drill. Use the left Joy-Con stick to move the drill and then press A. It doesn't look like there's a lot of progress, but keep going until a hole appears. When the hole appears, use the tweezers to take out the bug and the left Joy-Con stick to move it into a cage on the side. After that, use the tweezers with a cotton ball, match the color to the color of the hole, and press A on the tooth until the tooth is perfect again. The night pool is a slightly more complicated game. This one has some timers involved and it's low-key stressful at first. Tamagotchi will come in to lounge by the pool. The goal of this minigame is to get everyone in the party into the pool. So to do this, you'll get the Tamagotchi whatever drinks and items they want. Tamagotchi will settle into a pool chair and images of what they want will pop up above their heads. After selecting the matching item, use the left Joy-Con stick to move it to the Tamagotchi and press A to give it to them. You have a timer to get the item to the Tamagotchi, and then the item they want will disappear and a new one will reappear if you don't get it in time. Eventually, everyone in the party will be in the pool, and once they're all relaxed, the minigame ends, they pay, and the next group of Tamagotchi come in. I think the tea shop is the most controversial part of this game's release. Again, there's no tutorial, but this is weirdly complicated. Tamagotchi will come into the shop, they'll say what kind of tea they want, and you're then given a ton of options between food, drink, and decor. You have to decorate the table for the Tamagotchi and provide a full experience based on a few words describing the tea they want. You'll move through a list of items for the order, similar to the Galette shop. You'll have to start from the beginning each time as it walks you through the steps. So press A to select the menu item and then scroll through the options to select what should be placed on the table. As far as I can tell so far, you need to provide a drink, a food item, and at least one decor item. I've been decorating based entirely on vibes. I'll figure this one out and make a proper video dedicated to it because it's not very intuitive. As you place things on the table, you'll see dots around the item to show if you can place it down or not. There's a grid system for the table, so items can't be placed on top of each other unless the game specifically designed it. The dots are blue when the item can be placed and red when it cannot. When you end the interaction, it'll be the same as all the other shops. The Tamagotchi will provide their rating, they'll pay, and they'll leave. The Tailor shop is a simple minigame similar to the Galette shop in that you match what the Tamagotchi customer wants. A Tamagotchi will walk into your shop and show you a picture of what they want, or they don't know what they want and it's offered to them. You'll then work through the menu of tailoring options. Use the left Joy-Con stick to select which type of cut or fabric to use, then press A to confirm the selection. Once you've created something that matches what the Tamagotchi ordered, press X for their payment and reaction. The bike shop is mostly intuitive, but there was a tricky thing for me. The Tamagotchi in your shop will show you the image of the bike they want, and you have to create one that matches. If you need to paint or add stickers to a bike, those options will be unavailable until the bike is cleaned. When that happens, there are mud spots for you to clean off. Use the tools menu option to select a wiping cloth and use the left Joy-Con stick to clean the spot. Circular movements will clean it, but the cloth doesn't look like it's actually following the path. Keep going until the mud is gone. When you have to paint a bike, use the left Joy-Con stick to control the spray paint canister. Make sure that you don't miss any gaps in the paint. Once you've finished, press X for the customer's reaction and payment. There's littering in this game for some reason. When you pick it up, a heart comes up on your phone, but I haven't figured out why yet. I've seen complaints that the manga shop is hard, but it seems pretty intuitive to me. When a customer comes into your shop, they'll give you a general theme for you to design a multi multi-page manga about. I think you lose points if you don't include the Tamagotchi who's supposed to be featured in it. There are elements that you put together to create the book, so there are different backgrounds, Tamagotchi, and filters. Use the left Joy-Con stick to control where the element should go, then A to confirm placing it. Scroll up and down to switch between the pages. Once you're done, press X to see the final design pages and collect the payment. Once you've finished in at least one transaction in each shop, Prince Tamahiko will visit you to congratulate you on your work so far. After that, when you start to walk back home, you'll see a Tamagotchi waiting for you. Press A to talk with it and you'll be asked to join an expedition. It'll walk away and then you'll see a preview of where it went. When you find it, press A to interact again and move to the next stage of the quest line. You'll see another preview after that of where to go next. Find Picochutchi again, then after they've finished talking with you, go back home. You'll see it in front of your home again with the princess. Talk with them, then the quest line will be complete and you'll receive an updated contact list picture for Picochutchi. When you go back to your house, you'll see the prince has gathered the rest of the Tamagotchi Fest planning committee to explain that every shop has to achieve the royal upgrade status. Every shop in Park Quadrant has 4 upgrade levels, each costing Gochi to upgrade. All have to be upgraded to get the progress tracker to 100%. Each shop is currently at Pucci level, working to upgrade to Mechi. I'm so sorry if I'm mispronouncing these. To upgrade to Mechi, complete 10 transactions in a shop. The 10th customer will be the prince, and he's there to evaluate you. If he likes the item you give him, he'll give you the choice to upgrade or not. I'll make a separate upgrade levels video to be able to go into that in detail. After upgrading 2 shops once, having at least 1 customer in all 10, and upgrading half the town square once, my progress tracker is at 5%. That was probably 2 to 2.5 hours of my life. Granted, the first half of that was the intro and figuring out controls, and I'm a lot faster now that I've figured out a lot of it, but even then at $40, I'm definitely getting my money's worth. I've seen people say it isn't worth the money because the game is very repetitive, and I don't disagree with that, but I don't intend to grind this nonstop for a week, so I'm okay with a repetitive game since there's so much to unlock and it's fun on top of that. I think this is worth the price tag.